You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Welcome to the PHOD Pod, the Practical Horseman podcast mini-sode series where we share audio clips from our favorite Practical Horseman On Demand videos. At Practical Horseman On Demand, you can enjoy hundreds of how-to videos and get insider access to exclusive interviews and lectures, slow motion demonstrations, and step-by-step tutorials taught by top-level pros in the hunter, jumper, equitation, and eventing disciplines. Head over to practicalhorsemanondemand.com and use promo code PHODPOD for 15% off when you sign up. That's practicalhorsemanondemand.com and promo code PHODPOD. That's PHOD for 15% off. On this week's episode, hunter trainer Louise Serio coaches riders through a hunter course with a bending line in part 2 of this 2-part series. With nervous horses, sometimes repetition helps the horse relax, but it's important that the rider stay relaxed as well. She also stresses the importance of knowing your horse and his stride and how that will affect riding the lines. Now, enjoy the clip.
Let's come the gray wall towards me, the 5 the other direction. I was going to try to do this broken line somehow. Oh, I know, the 5 the other direction, your quarter line roll top, and then do the oxer here to the gray in the 5, okay? The 6, I'm sorry, it's 6, isn't it?
But it can be a 5, so
I think 6 is better.
yeah.
So actually do the green, then do the 5 the other way, okay? Then quarter line, then this broken. It's funny because now sometimes when he gets nervous, he goes at the jump instead of backing off. You see there how he got lower and he kind of looked at that time? It's kind of funny that he would get a little more nervous the second time. Okay, let's do that again. Whoops. I can't catch it. Do that whole course once more. So the reason I want to do it again, because I thought he looked actually a little more nervous that time than he did the first time. So let's see if he goes right back and does it again, see if he'll relax some. That was better. And it's not like he's being bad at all. You can just see him a little bit, his eye just gets on it a little bit more, his expression changes a little bit. a good jumper. Good jumper, lovely horse. Okay, Chrissy, same course. Now long rein and let him stop loose. Atta girl. Yeah, much better that time. Okay, Chrissy.
Louise, when you think that was better, can you explain why you felt it was better?
Well, it's just a matter of him looking a little more relaxed than anything else. Like, it was weird. I thought the first round I thought was really nice, but I thought the second time he was just a little bit more nervous about it. Then that time I thought was even better, you know, like he just took a breath. He still, to me, looks a little bit at the green rails there, you know, like I would like him to just take a breath and jump that like the rest of them. But I was happy with that.
Did the rider do anything differently?
She might have been a little more relaxed too after she, you know, jumped around. But you know, I think a little bit is the rider's kind of reacting to him more than she's, you know, she's just waiting to see how he feels, so. He's just a little playful today landing, but that's all right. I don't mind it when they land and play as long as it's an actual play. Sometimes I think we're going off course. She was fixing her saddle while Rachel went. Now easy. Good, do that line again. Give it a little more shape. Jump this as it's set and let the 6 get easier. Jump this as it's set, nice and straight. And just give and 6. Or 7. It's all right. One more time. And just allow. Good. So broken lines, you're always trying to figure out that track. You know, it was interesting at the McClay finals this year, the entire course was all about track, and it's really interesting. But learning how to make the track work for your horse is really how you do a bending line. If you have a big strided horse, you always have to create shape. If you have a short strided horse, you have to go more direct. But it's a lot about knowing your horse and how to adjust that stride. And that adjusting of the stride goes back to your flat work, always back to flat work, making sure that your horse's rideability and all that flat stuff that you do to lengthen and shorten the contact, the leg, it all goes back to your flat work.
Can you talk about a little, like each time she went through, why you had her do it the second time?
Well, the first time I thought she went too direct. She jumped across the in and the 6 got too easy. So then when she did it the next time, I told her to give herself a little bit more room, and she did the 7. And then the last time it was easy in 6 again. But learning your horse, and for me, the second time she did it when she did 7 was the correct track. She should have just kind of gone forward a little bit there. But that's just all, it's good for the horses to do all kinds of different distances, and he's being very rideable and nice today too, so.
And then, I don't know if you want to speak to this, where Rachel turned left and then she turned right, just kind of the different schooling thoughts on that.
So she turned right so that she could repeat it again, I think. She knew that she was going to have to repeat it, so she just went to the right. And he also cuts in a little to the left. I don't prefer when a horse cuts in that you turn the opposite direction. I prefer you go straight and push them laterally out, because I feel like if she were making that correction, she's actually allowing that left shoulder out, where really what you want him to do is go straight and put his right shoulder out to make the turn a little bit there. That's how you make a correction in a turn. You don't just use the, you don't turn the opposite way. Now you can practice that, especially with the older horses, like you can practice jumping and turning the opposite way, just because that's good for them to have to do something different and make them think a little bit. Like the one that she rode in the last group, that'd be good for him to go the opposite way, because he knows the ring, he knows off a diagonal which way he's going to go each time. And that's, that's the experience. That's the good thing about him too.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the PHOD Pod. For unlimited access to more lessons like this, sign up for Practical Horseman On Demand at practicalhorsemanondemand.com and use promo code PHODPOD, that's PHOD, POD, to get 15% off. Thanks again for listening.